Hi, everyone. Welcome to this SAP Community Call. It's really great to have you joining us. Let us know who else has minus degrees outside temperature. It's good to know if I'm not the only one that's cold. Well, we have today a very special topic, which is all about hands-on influencing opportunities for you. And that in regards to SAP Integration Experience Feedback. Now, you joined this SAP Community Call not only because you want to hear about this topic, but we also have 3 very professional speakers and experts here with me, which you can see. So first of all, welcome speakers. We have Heike Schembera-Blum with me. She's service owner for SAP Integration Experience Feedback. We also have Chetan Kumar CM, product standard co-owner integration. And we have Sven Graske, who is program lead for integration service. And all of them ready to also answer your questions, which means after the presentation, as always in an SAP community call, we will be addressing your questions. Please make sure you can use the live chat. You can post them anytime, and we will be also posting some helpful links there so that you are ready to go. Okay, and with that, I want to stop by really quick also introducing myself. I'm Menina Chao. I'm part of the SAP community, your host today, and yeah, I'm very happy to have you with us and seeing you again if you've joined previous community calls. And yeah, looking forward to this call. With that, I'm happy to hand over to the speakers and to Heike, who's now introducing this community call on SAP Integration Experience Feedback.
Yeah, thank you so much, Menina, for opening the stage here for us. A warm welcome from my side. Also on behalf of my colleagues who are here with me, Sven and Chetan. So before we have a look at what you can expect from today's call, let's quickly cover the topic of the disclaimer. Hereby, we're also safe from a legal point of view and can now jumpstart into the topic. So as the service owner of this influencing opportunity, and that is what SAP Integration Experience Feedback actually is, I'm really very happy that we're having this community call, as we feel that it is really a win-win situation if we from SAP side team up with you, our customers, our partners here via this approach. So let's have a look at the objective of today's call. So we would like you to understand the concept of SAP Integration Experience Feedback and see what it actually is and why it is so relevant to SAP to get you on board here. We will also provide you some insights on its context to our internal customer readiness checks. That's the validation on integrational aspects. Sven will talk about that later on. Definitely, we will also outline the benefits for you and with that close the loop for the win-win situation that I just already talked about. And of course, in order to provide the full picture, we will also cover the prerequisites. There are some, but they're not too many, so no big hurdles to overcome. So we will then leave PowerPoint and go to customer influence site. This is where we publish our offerings and where we will take a closer look here and there and probably also dive into the details of one or the other offering. This will then be followed by explaining the step-by-step engagement model from the registration really to closing the project. We will then go ahead with the wrap up and hopefully with many questions from your side. This is really what we're looking forward to. We would like to know what's on your mind. We would like to share or get an insight in what your opinion is and what the thoughts are and what the questions are in your head. So please make take that opportunity and really make use of the possibility to raise your question. There will be plenty of time to cover it. So I would like to start now with a very basic explanation of SAP Integration Experience Feedback. I mean, this is a very complicated name when you see it for the first time, but actually the name pretty much speaks for itself. It is an influencing opportunity. I already mentioned that. So it's actually an approach with the main aspect of getting you involved in order to influence our products. So very much depending on the focus of the project that you register for, you will experience either end-to-end business processes and or the suite qualities, which are the integration capabilities of the intelligent enterprise. So what we will do, we will provide you with the logon credentials. We will provide you with an easy access to our owned SAP and fully integrated system landscape, where you will go through the scenarios, take a look at them on your own, guided by best practices description or just guided documents that will help you to find your way through the system. We will let you experience the scenarios and integration capabilities that are of most interest for you. So even if you register for a certain project, does not need necessarily need to mean that you're taking a look at the full scope. You can also, based on the scope, decide which is the topic that interests you most and take a deeper look into these aspects. What is also something to be mentioned and which is also very special about integration experience feedback is that your assignment will be really planned with you directly, one-on-one, exclusive engagement that we are setting up here with you. That means we will very much adjust and accommodate to your time schedule and to your availability. So after registration, there will be a sync meeting scheduled, and in that we will see when you are available and able to participate this integration experience feedback project with us. So we will in the end collect your feedback, in order to improve the quality of the intelligent enterprise. So this is the main deliverable for us. And this is basically already a very basic explanation for SAP Integration Experience Feedback, but there's much more about to share with you. So I would like to ask Sven, who is the program lead for Customer Readiness Check, which is the validation of integrational aspects. Sven, can you give us some insights why we run integration experience feedback projects as one of our quality assurance measures?
Yes, Heike, I can do that, and also warm welcome from my side. Yes, exactly. We at SAP, let's say internally, of course, doing quality assurance measures, on integrational aspects, and also, of course, in the context of the intelligent enterprise. Our team, where Heike, Chetan, and myself belong to, are one pillar of this quality assurance measures, and we, so to say, simulate more or less the first customer inside SAP. What we do, what is our approach? We take, of course, the latest SAP software and all the innovations and integration capabilities that are delivered in combination with the available documentation, team up with consultants and partners, and have then on our own system landscape, that is important because this is also relevant then for you in the integration experience feedback, on our own servers, on tenants in the landscape, then the end-to-end business processes and all the innovations available and set up. Why we are doing this? Because we want to run then those business scenarios of the intelligent enterprise. They are also here listed in the middle, plus also the check of the suite qualities. I think in the integration community, and in the integration strategy paper, those scenarios, lead to cash, source to pay, design to operate, and recruit to retire, as well as the 7 suite qualities are well explained. And this is also then exactly the focus that we set here in our activities to ensure the best quality possible for those aspects. Yeah, and this is then also the point where we need you, yeah, where the integration experience feedback comes into the game, yeah, that we then, Heike said it already, give you access to our internal landscape, yeah, and that you then can really hands-on experience all of these aspects, and we together in a collaboration work on the quality and work on the good things, yeah, or maybe the things even that needs to be improved, and have this then listed. And I think this is then also the question, Chetan, I'd like to ask you, when we collected this customer feedback and what will happen with that? Can you?
Yeah. Thank you, Sven. Yeah, sure. As Sven mentioned, the customer feedback is very important for SAP. So, and also this is a win-win situation for both customers and SAP. The main focus for SAP is to get the feedback into our established channels. These high level, I would like to mention 2 channels. One is we conclude our projects with validation reports, and we feed in this customer feedback into these validation reports, and we publish it internally. And what happens with the customer feedback, which has identified some issues or product gaps or customer expectations, yeah. So this we will direct into development teams. We will have a detailed discussion with development teams about the customer feedback, what customers have provided on these scenarios, on the quality, on integration. And whenever the development teams have agreed to take care of the product issues or functional issues or technical issues, then it will be tracked through the internal messages or tickets what we create in the Jira system. Yeah, development team will in turn create a backlog item so that they can focus on fixing these issues in the upcoming development cycle. And of course, for example, if there is a functional gap, yeah, if there is a product gap, then development will create a backlog item which might have a longer time period to provide a fix, depending on the product roadmap, what they have defined or they are planning. Okay, and closing the loop, what we do, our team will internally track this progress, track the development backlogs, and also the issues what we have created in tickets. And then whenever the fix is available in any one of the future validation cycle, we validate this feature or the fix what is provided for development, and we confirm this ticket. So that's how we close the loop. Also, these learnings we take forward, and also we include it in the scope, because each customer will use the business scenario in a different way. We learn this from customer engagement, and then we take this feedback and we include into our future scope of these integration into validation projects. So this is what customer gives us, or a customer gives to SAP, and SAP how uses the customer feedback. But at the same time, we also have to look at customer benefits. Yeah. So Heike, could you please explain what are the customer benefits participating in SAP Integration Experience Feedback?
Yes, Chetan, of course. Yeah, we talked now a lot about the win-win situation, right? But so far we've only covered the part why your feedback is of so much relevance for us. So I would like to dedicate the next part of the presentation to concentrating on the benefits for you. And I would like to share what the customers that joined Integration Experience Feedback projects already, what they said and what is of importance to them. So many participants, they would like to receive firsthand information, right, on the latest intelligent enterprise end-to-end business processes and roadmaps. So this is the case, and this can be of high relevance when your company is currently thinking towards a transformation to an intelligent enterprise, or if you are a partner and would like to have an advantage here in the market, get that know-how. This is what you can definitely get by participating in our projects. So getting this hands-on the system experience can be really used to really shape your own company strategy. And now I'm really looking at the partners again, because we also have a lot of partners involved always. It can also help you to help your customers to do that. What is also very highly appreciated is the remote access that can, of course, happen from anywhere. And what is also really something I would like to point out is that our integration landscape is really something special because the processes that we offer there, they're really end-to-end and they're cross-product. So this is definitely highlight, and integration here is really key in our projects. You're also not left on your own. You can get guidance and support by our technical and business experts, but this is very much depending on you. I mean, some customers, they pretty much like to be on their own. They're quite experienced, and others, they would like to have some more support, and we can provide that. We also have always consultants in our projects, and they are there to help you. And of course, also the project lead is always can always be reached by you in case you have any doubts or queries, get stuck or whatever. So we are there, we don't let you alone. Discussing the feedback then on integration topics, then directly with our SAP development colleagues to then actually influence SAP's integration strategy. I said that before, this is the main deliverable, but this is also great, I think, for our customers and partners who are participating because you're really talking to the development organization within SAP. So you're really providing direct feedback. So I now talked about the things our customers feel in particular good about, but to complete that picture, I would also like to spend some time on the prerequisites, because there are also some things that need to be in place. So providing feedback towards SAP products and processes, I mean, this is only possible if an FBA, so-called feedback agreement, is in place and signed on company level. But from experience, I mean, this is not a big hurdle. And to be honest, many customers already have it signed, and it's also something that's done once. So if your your company might already have an FBA signed in the past. It might already be there and available in your database. And if not, then we will get that done for sure. What is also important to us is that we really get your commitment to actively participate in the project and not leave the project before it's really finished. I think this is important to know, but what I would like to mention at this point in time is that with the registration, we're not there, right? When you register, nothing is binding, absolutely not. You register, we will then have an initial call. In that initial call, we will see what are your expectations, what are our expectations, and does it fit together? And only then we do the handshake, and then the project gets kicked off properly. What is also an important point is that we request some kind of experience from our participants, but that experience does not necessarily be in the product, does not need to be a technical product experience. It can also be that you have an experience in the business process that's also of of high value for us, and we're happy to onboard you then. But of course, we need to make sure that a certain kind of experience is available. Only then we can really make sure this is a win-win for all parties involved. Yeah, so I think by now you have a pretty good idea what is behind integration experience feedback. Yeah, I think now it's time to leave PowerPoint. And I would like to ask Sven, can you take us to customer influence and show us where our customers can find our current offerings?
Exactly, yeah. Let me show this to you. I am here on the customer influence landing page, and I think we will also then provide the links in the document, but also I think in the chat and in the corresponding YouTube details. So this is as said, the landing page for customer influence and adoption, and we are of course with our SAP Integration Experience Feedback part of it. So here you see the corresponding chapter, again a short description, and here is the link to the influence platform. So this is influence.sap.com, and here we see, also opening the filters, that we at the moment have 14 active offerings for you. I think the keyword here to set the filter is the SAP Integration Experience Feedback under the influencing opportunities. So let me share with you the list of offerings that are currently active. So you see all the different business scenarios that we talked about, but also the suite qualities, so the technical integration capabilities, very much reflected here. Yeah. So one example that we, for example, have here is the provisioning and integration setup based on the external workforce scenario is one example, or the source to pay scenario, yeah, from a functional perspective, or a third example here, SAP Task Center, so the one workflow inbox for, and maybe we jump into it, for the integration with SuccessFactors and Field Class and also other systems. Yeah, and as I clicked here in it, you get then a few more details. So what is the prerequisites? Heike just explained. A description about this project, about this particular project in detail, so that we here, of course, talk about the SAP Task Center and what needs to be checked or what can be checked then in that collaboration. Assessment details and also some additional information like the timeline, a region, for example, and some topics more. And now if you are really interested in that offering, yeah, that fits to you, you have a certain experience, then here this register button is to be followed. Yeah, by clicking this register button, you register, and we will in a second come to the point what happens next. But yeah, as soon as you are interested in, here is the register button. Let's go back to our 14 offerings and let's scroll to the end. Here we have then also the scenarios covered that we also earlier talked about. For example, also lead to cash and design to operate scenario. With that, showing you the currently 14 offerings live in the system, how you find them. Let's come back to the overview. What will happen after you clicked this register button? First, and very important point to re-emphasize is there is no obligation. There are no costs. There are no contracts signed. No, nothing. Yeah, you just raised your interest to participate in that project. Good. Of course, we get notified by this. Yeah, and with a lead time of maybe 1 to 3 days, you will receive a welcome email saying, okay, thank you for your registration, asking some more basic questions. So why you are motivated to participate, what is your process or your product or your expertise in general, what SAP solutions do you have in use, and so on. So to get a basic idea, whom do we talk to? Yeah, and to already identify, okay, is the project the right one for you, or do we maybe have to find another one? So we, as said, send this then via a welcome email. Then usually you as customer or partner also answer those basic questions and send it back to us, again, without any obligation. And then the fourth step here is one of the most important from my perspective. We invite you for an introduction call and say, yeah, hello, let's collaborate together. Yeah, let's get to know each other. Let's talk a little bit about the project, the approach, and any further details, and then decide together. Yeah, so you as customer decide together with us, shall we start the project, at which point in time, yeah, with what details, what scope. So all can be discussed and together decided. And then point number 6 here, we do a kickoff call, yeah, which then includes, again, all of the details, the scope and an alignment, but also the important part of giving you access to our system landscape. Yeah, you will see the links for the tenants, the users, the passwords, and can then start to actively work on and do the hands-on testing. As already mentioned by Heike as well, if required, with the support of SAP experts, yeah, with regular meetings, then, for example, to align the status and in a collaborative way. Closed will this be by a feedback session. This is then usually our closing topic, that we do a meeting and collect final feedback. We have there also a questionnaire prepared already, so that we conclude and finalize then with a feedback, and by this then also close the project. Which does not mean that we close the collaboration. Yeah, also here Chetan explained closing the loop, yeah, in follow-up activities, but then this active part, this hands-on experience at some point in time ends, yeah, by this point 8 here, this feedback gathering session. I hope you get a very good idea and on this concrete process, how the registration and then also the follow-up activities happen. And with that, Heike,
yes,
over to you again. So what should we conclude for today?
Yeah, I think we have now covered all what we wanted to share with you. So we talked about what the Integration Experience Feedback stands for, also why your participation leads to a win-win situation for you and SAP. So now we are hoping to see many of you in the upcoming projects. We hope this was of interest for you, and yeah, we're looking forward to your registration. So I think, Menina, at this point in time, we can now open up the question and answers part. Are there any questions in the chat?
Awesome. Yeah, no questions in the chat right now, but that is, of course, the call to action for everyone listening, to take the opportunity to raise your questions from everything you saw to anything you have in mind, to whatever you think you want to challenge Heike, Chetan, and Sven with. But yeah, maybe I can start with some questions. So you shared the criteria, some prerequisites. Is this now only for large companies, or like can any customer participate?
Yeah, this is definitely one I would like to answer. So this is definitely not only for large customers. Any customer, no matter how big, how small, whatever industry is welcome. What we are rather looking at are really the prerequisites, and I explained them before. So maybe as a summary, I think it's important to us that you bring a certain kind of experience with you. And this can be either product related experience, or it can be an experience with the process, right? I mean, you can also come from a competitor's software and have just be a very experienced person for a certain business process. We're really happy to onboard you then and take your feedback. I think what is just important that it should not be mistaken with a kind of training measures, because then we will not take out, and get to that win-win situation that integration experience feedback stands for.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good to know. I see in the chat, are there any costs connected to these projects if you want to participate?
Yeah, I think I could also take that one. I think I stole it from you, Sven. I think you talked about it before. Yeah, it's really important to be mentioned. It's a free of charge service, so there are no costs involved. Yeah, we're happy if you join, and we appreciate your effort there. We will really give everything we can to make this a great experience for you, that you really take out something for you, for your company, for your business. But it's absolutely free of charge.
No, that's great.
I would like to add something. Mm-hmm. Only expectation is here your time and your expertise.
Oh, yes.
So you're taking time, participating in the project and providing your feedback. Yeah, this is, as Sven and Heike said, win-win situation. You are coming, learning, and you are sharing your feedback. It's a win-win situation for both customers and SAP, and of course partners and SAP.
Thanks for adding that, Chetan. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, everyone's really encouraged to participate in the projects. As you can see in the links here and posted in the chat, really make sure to benefit from the SAP community. Whenever you have a question or you need more information, to go on the SAP Integration Strategy topic page, ask your question, have the community help you, the experts being around. Yeah, just make use of the peer-to-peer knowledge exchange here. Further question on those customers that want to participate. Do they have to have the relevant SAP products licensed for the feedback that they provide?
So I can take that. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, take it.
Yeah.
I can add.
The answer is no. So if you, for example, want to go into one of those intelligent enterprise business processes, like lead to cash or source to pay, yeah, this includes multiple products of SAP, yeah, and the only ask that we have is kind of experience in that domain. Yeah. So for example, it could be that you are an S/4HANA cloud customer, yeah, have that license and have there a good experience. And now the way for you into this lead to cash area, for example, is then subscription billing, or is commerce cloud, or field service management, to name some of the products that are in this lead to cash scenario included. So you not necessarily need a license for all of these products. No, that's not required.
Okay, thanks.
Not at all. Yeah, I can also add one thing here. I think the only really prerequisite in that matter is that you are an SAP customer somehow. You must have at some point in time bought a certain license, but it's not the one, does not need to be the one that is involved in the project that you're signing up for. Yeah. So you have to have a customer number, so to say. Yeah.
Yeah, very flexible. Sven, you also showed the interview or kind of like a first call, then to introduce each other. Question here is there any like additional qualification? No, what is it called? Like, yeah, qualification criteria that you add where you feel where you want to know from the customer how much eligible or qualified the customer is to provide that feedback? Do you have something like that included?
No, there is no formal test or something like this or questionnaire. No, it's really then the getting to know each other, yeah, in this initial call. And I think you can, or we can easily in the conversation about a domain, about a topic, find out if someone interested has the necessary knowledge and the experience in that topic. Yeah, and according to this, if it is more or less experience, we can then sharp the scope and the so to say insights of the collaboration here. Yeah, so you don't have to be the super expert, before you can apply or register at us at our offering here. But a little bit experience is indeed really beneficial.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned that. I'm sure there are customers that maybe want to provide feedback, but then are not sure. Okay, would I qualify just because I have not too much, related? But yeah, it's good that you mentioned that.
Yeah, we definitely also don't want to shy anybody away, by being afraid to register. I mean, it's exactly like Sven explained it, right? In that first call, we will see what are the expectations from the customer and what are our expectations. And we will, just clarify that in this initial meeting. And it will be in a way that we will also try to make it fit for the customer in many cases.
Great. All right. Yeah, I would say with that, I mean, having all those questions answered, it definitely feels good to leave the audience with a good impression on the SAP Integration Experience Feedback, on customer influence, but also really having all of you here, Heike, Cheta, and Sven, presenting on this topic, which is really important and really great that we have this available for customers to participate in the projects. And yeah, for anyone, I can only repeat myself. If you are interested into more when it comes to SAP integration strategy, go to SAP Community, the community topic page. The link is in the chat, and you'll find us there. With that, happy to end the call and say, okay, Christopher, you can go skiing now. And everyone else, have a great rest of day wherever you are, and hopefully see you in one of the next SAP community calls again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.